Podcast Rock City.
What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City. And with me this week is that piece of shit, Sonny, Hollywood Pooty.
Yeah, it's going around a little bit. Jericho, I just want to give you a message. The reason I didn't show up yesterday is I'm afraid of you. Somehow, I'm worried I'm going to get hurt, even though we're not in the same room. And I can't even afford to be emotionally hurt, so that's why.
And with us, today's winner, Joey Casada. All right, so what is it that I'm supposed to... Okay, so Jody's going to be here in a minute. I know so many of you guys love Mr. Have Not.
Are we waiting for him to do this?
No.
We can get on with our little our little bet, Poonie.
So go ahead and tell us. Joey is a Steelers fan, and Sonny is a Giants fan. I'm just kidding. I threw insults in. Okay, so Joey is a Giants fan. Sonny is a Cowboys fan. They hammered it out today, and Joey immediately this afternoon was like, friendly wager. And, of course, because Sonny is a gambling man, he bit. So basically explain to us what happened today. There's Jody. What's up, Jody?
Hey, fellas. Sorry I'm late, dude.
That's
4
okay.
o'clock is fucking rough for me, dude. It's really tough.
That's okay. Jody Have Not. See, there you go. I threw that in.
It's okay.
Okay, so you guys had a bet on the football game today. And,
yeah, who won and who's got to do this thing?
Well, look at Sonny's name.
Nice.
Okay, so don't worry about why I have to do this. Just take it in. Okay, it's better if you just take it in.
That means
right.
it was
That's what
written.
she said.
He wrote it out.
Everyone quiet down while we listen to the wise words of Poonie.
That's right, because I worked really hard on this. Joey Casada has been an amazing addition to the Podcast Rock City family. His opinions are always dead on, and the intelligence and passion just ooze out of him. I am the proud owner of both of his amazing books, Wrestling with Joey Licious and Start with a Dream, which takes me to some words written in the latter. Joey Casada is one of those unique individuals who is good at multiple things, like music, sports, art, acting, and writing. That diversity, coupled with his down-to-earth personality and his wicked sense of humor, makes him one of those guys that everybody loves to hang out with. We should all admire him for his continuous strength and determination, notwithstanding all of the loss and struggle he has had to face in his life. He is not just an undeniable talent, but a person who will never compromise who he is and what he believes in. He is hardworking and he is so hardworking and will never accept nothing short of perfection when preparing for his next project or gig. I kind of fucked that up a little bit. Sorry. I'm proud to know Joey Casada. Call Joey Casada a friend, and I am a better man thanks to Joey Casada being in my life. I would like to thank both Polly's B and the holiest of all saints, Madeline Casada, for helping me with some of these words. We all love you, Joey. I am personally jealous, and I wish I had the wonderful life that is bestowed upon you, my friend, Joey Casada.
I believe you, Sonny.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just end the show. Can we just end the show today right there?
Let me tell you,
No reason to go
On a
on.
high,
I'm going to
dude.
tell you exactly how I feel about what he said.
Son of a bitch.
I'm just kidding. Thank you guys out there for listening and watching. And hey, if you guys are watching this live right now, don't forget you can comment on the show. Man, we got a lot to talk about. And I mean, there's even a little bit of news. And by a little bit, I mean like really like a little bit, because the guys are I guess they're off the road again. So let's just go ahead and get right to the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
So KISS played Dubai this week, and the real news is what our topic will be, which is basically what we would have changed about the show or added to the show. Jody, did you get a chance to watch any of it?
I watched about half of it.
Okay, cool. But what we want to talk about right now for the news is, I guess, was it everything we expected? A couple of things that I wanted to point out that are newsworthy is I dug Gene's new bass. The Empire bass looked kick-ass, and I cannot stand Paul's new guitar. It bothers me so bad to see that headstock on that body. It's kind of like I don't know. Now don't get me wrong. If Paul likes playing it, good for him. It's like they took two companies and mushed them together and made a less Bible. I don't know. It's like anyway. So that as a musician myself and as a guitar player, I love the Paul Stanley Icemans and the Paul Stanley PS10s, and I love all those guitars. This one I'm not a big fan of. Jody, what did you think?
I don't like it either, man. If you're gonna play Les Paul, play Les Paul. You know, but Paul Stanley's always kind of had stupid-looking guitars. I mean, he made the PS10 cool, but if anyone else plays it, it looks totally stupid.
It does look.
I'm
weird
a Les Paul guy though. That's all I can accept.
Yeah,
I don't even like Strats, dude. It's a Les Paul or nothing for me. But
yeah, I don't like Strats either. Too thin. Hey, did you guys now, Sonny? You are a guitar collector. If everybody looks behind Sonny, they can see that he has a number of guitars. And Joey, obviously, you're a professional musician as well. What did you guys think? I mean, Gene was he playing a Thunderbird too, right?
I didn't see the Thunderbird.
Yeah, he played a Thunderbird.
Tommy even had that Flying V that I never saw him play before, right?
No, I've seen him play a Flying V before, I'm pretty sure. But still, Gene went Gibson.
Sweet. Like on Phantom then. That's the shit.
It's pretty interesting. Were you guys surprised by the new guitars?
Yeah, the part that gets me is, so Eric has to put the boots on to come out and sing Beth and then take his shoes off. We can't get a different set list. We sure the hell can't get different costumes. We got the same four guys we've had the last 16 years, and they sound basically the same, and the stage set's all the same. But if we want to bring new guitars, bring them. That's the part of it. That's almost as daring to me as changing the costume. To me, the guitar is part of the costume.
Nah, sure. I think you're guys are overthinking it. I think those are endorsements. Those are either they're getting paid, he's getting paid by Gibson, or Paul's getting paid by that guitar company. That's how a lot of that stuff works. You know what I mean? I don't think it's necessarily, oh my God, I love this new bass, Gene says to himself. I'm going to try it out for the Dubai show. I think companies approach them. You have a New Year's Eve show that's going to be seen by millions of people? Play my bass, and here's $100,000, or whatever.
So that means Pennzoil's logo is going to be on Paul's other eye for $2 million. Like, I don't understand.
I'm surprised that you ever see this Fantastic Four movie when Johnny Storm comes out with all the stuff on him?
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen eventually. Why not?
Oh my God. That is so funny. I cannot even imagine, like, Paul. We have a very popular
the Nike logo.
No way, he's bringing back Body Glove. I'm
going to Photoshop that later. I'll post it on the site.
That'll be great. We have a very popular strip club here in Atlanta. Well, that's all we have in Atlanta. But
it's not popular to anybody else but you.
No. The strip clubs in Atlanta are super popular. But anyway, can you imagine like Pink Pony on his ass when he comes to Atlanta? They pay him, hey, you're in Atlanta. Let everybody know after the show. This is where Paul goes. I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has, not all of it, but I think, when you see Paul posting 4 to 5 photos in rehearsal talking about his new guitar, that's 100% an endorsement. You can almost see through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bob Jordan said nothing is worse than Paul's headstockless late 80s thing. I was like, what was
brutal?
What was it? What kind of
Steinberger? Yeah,
Steinberger, right?
I've always wanted one. I can't find one that I really like.
You don't want that.
Oh, come on. I got to have one.
He used that for the solo tour, right?
Yeah.
You want one of the Steinbergers, like the body glove one, just a Steinberger?
Either the body glove one or like a Todd Howarth model that he was playing.
Like a Vito Bratta model.
Something that connects to that time frame.
Oh, Todd Howarth posts stuff all the time. He must have 20 or 30 of those.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Because the red ones look hot.
Yeah,
like even Eddie played them for a while.
Yeah, those things suck, dude.
I'm not gonna play.
They do, man. There's no wood. You know what I mean? That's where you get your tone. If there's no wood, there's no tone.
All right. So, as far as the news goes, we're going to talk about. Let's just talk a little bit about what we did like. So let's start with you, Sonny. What did you like about the show?
I actually liked the documentary. I thought it was a little long, but I liked the documentary idea. I like that one of my favorite bands of all time could pull something off like this. I actually do like that, and it'll come up a little bit later too, but if you're going to be in someone else's house, that you follow their rules. So the whole not doing the blood thing, the changing of the lyrics, blah, blah, I actually think that shows respect. Like if you're going to go do it, then go do it right. I thought Tommy looked great. I thought Tommy did a great job. I thought Gene sounded great. I thought Gene did a good job. So there was a lot of things to like. I mean, I thought the $40 were totally worth it. Yeah, we're going to rip them a little bit, and I got plenty of shit I didn't like. But there was more than enough stuff to like. If I wasn't such a KISS nerd, I wouldn't have even came up with the stuff I didn't like.
Wow. Well, that says a lot. Like if you weren't a KISS nerd, there wouldn't have been anything that bothered you.
Yeah.
Wow. So Jody, you got to see about half of it. Did you get to see, was it on YouTube or something like that?
I watched it the next morning on YouTube. Yeah, not all of it. I mean, I don't know. It was cool, but I thought it sounded really good and looked great. But modern KISS show is kind of boring to me if you're not there.
Right?
Especially they don't really move. Like they just kind of stand there. But it sounded great. Looked great.
Yeah. What did you think of visually? You thought it was great, though.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
One of the things.
What's up with that Detroit Rock City? There's no just came in.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that.
Right.
Apparently, that was a screw up on that. Obviously, like we had. If you guys don't know, we had Chris Jericho on last night. Joey and I talked with him about it, and basically, we all came up with the same thing. We're going to take that interview and slap it on the end of this one for the iTunes release. So if you guys didn't get a chance to hear that, but obviously that's not KISS's fault. Whoever's directing it or you're talking also about it coming all the way from Dubai. Somebody's going by on a hog.
Dude, this kid all day long, man. He got this little mini bike all day long, back and fucking forth. Dude,
did he get it
driving me nuts? I
Could
guess
you-
so.
Could you imagine you're in the control room, you're in charge, right? You're watching one of the screens. Holy shit, they're going, switch.
Yeah.
Now,
Like,
what do
that guy must have had a heart
do you
attack.
think they didn't switch, or do you think they thought they were live and it just didn't go?
I think it probably timed wrong. Like the
Yeah.
control booth thought, okay, we have till X amount of time. And either the stage didn't have that exact time or
Yeah.
somebody, let's go. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a disaster.
Dude, it totally reminded me of the last KISS. You guys remember that? Like in the 2000 or something? The
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
pay-per-view?
was
It was
wasn't
all
that in
fucked up, too.
Jersey?
Yeah,
Wasn't that in
Jersey.
Jersey, yeah. So Robert Dunning says I paid $40 and only got to see it on my phone.
It's on YouTube, dude. Look
Yeah,
at your TV.
Look it up on your TV now. It's
Yeah,
It's
it's everywhere
there.
now.
It's everywhere now. Do you think that they're sitting back going, shit, how do we get this off? Nobody's going to buy the DVD when it comes out.
Nah,
No, who
they already
Yeah.
got paid, dude. They don't
Especially,
care.
just like Joey said yesterday, or was it Joey or Chris? I can't remember who said it, but they got paid before they got there. They
Right.
don't care. It doesn't matter.
Obviously, I think whoever paid KISS and whoever ran the show, I forget what it said, someone, what company, Landmarks Presents or something like that.
Yeah.
Whoever, put on the concert wants more viewers and more pay-per-views and stuff like that. But KISS doesn't care. KISS gets a guarantee for going there. There's no way Gene and Paul are doing anything these days without that, especially going to Dubai during a pandemic, being the way the world is today. There's no way they did that without having guaranteed, I'm going to say 7 figures each to do that. And then, there's no way they would have done it otherwise.
Okay. So I want to spend, I'm going to put a timer on my phone, and I want to spend 5 minutes talking about something that I'm going to bring up a subject, and it's going to make everybody listening uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. That's my kind of show.
All right. And, so I'm going to go 5 minutes. We're going to talk about it for 5 minutes, and then we're going to drop it, because this show is it's always about fun. That's what it's about. Okay. But I held back on this yesterday with Chris because I really wanted to hear his opinion. He's famous. He's a rock star. He's a professional. He's a Hall of Fame wrestler. He's an actor. I wanted to hear what he had to say, because playing live, it really affects his life. Actually, it affects 2 more. Jody doesn't get a chance right now to do his live thing. He's a DJ and a live musician. And Joey, he's doing acting. He got a show rolling, an internet show. He's a professional drummer. He can play for any band, really. And this really affects them. So I wanted to know what he thought. So I didn't bring this up, but here we go. I'm going to start right now. Paul Stanley told me to stay home for Thanksgiving. He said, stay home, stay away from your family, listen to the doctors. And when it came to Dubai, he said, we always wanted to come to Dubai. And when the offer came up, we just couldn't say no. And I say, fuck yeah, you could have.
Yeah.
You just didn't. Because money talks and bullshit walks. And I also think, we're already 30 seconds in. I'm sorry, I'm going to let you guys speak. I also think that it is do as I say, not as I do. Sonny.
If he wasn't Paul Stanley, nobody would even give a shit that he said stay home. Like, I don't got a problem with the problem. I think it's unfair that you can't say something and then possibly later do something different, right? Because situations has changed, because all anybody's going to remember is you're a celebrity, you said X. I give them a break. I think they did it safe. I think it's fine. But, I don't hold everything that Paul Stanley says as God of Almighty anyway. So that's just not me.
Okay, so let me say this then. I am not upset that they went. I'm not. I was sure that they were going to keep everybody safe. Okay, but however, even though they were checking everybody and watching everybody, they were still putting people's lives at risk, which is his real thing. It's just like I don't want to hear you tell me one thing on Monday and then do something different the next day. That's the kind of thing that bothers me. I love the fact that they got out there and did it and showed that it could be done. Now maybe we'll get other bands to do it, And I think that that's great. Nobody wanted to be first, even though I will say Fozzy was and Great White, right? Great White played a show and they got chewed up. Fozzy played a show at Sturgis and some of the press chewed them up. And
Brad just said it perfectly.
Perfect.
Paul Stanley said to stay home. The Star Child went to Dubai.
Very good.
And Paul is so sick that he believes that, I think. So my quick take on that is I actually love that they did the show. I think it shows the world that things like this can be done. It can be done safely. It gives all these guys in the industry, guys like me, guys like Jody, guys like everyone, even crew guys, opportunity to make money and to support their families. I love that they did it. What I can't stand is Paul Stanley's a hypocrite, and we all know that. You can't do one thing and then preach to the world, like Sonny said, and what you said. You can't do one thing and say one thing and then do another. You just can't do it. It's not fair. It's the same as a lot of these big time celebrities in Hollywood. They will preach to the world how you should live, but they're different. They're special. They are the elite. They don't have to follow those rules. And that's what bothers me.
Okay, we only got a minute and 40 left because I'm going to get off this subject. Jody, I pretty much know what you think. Wouldn't you love to go and do a gig, Jody?
Oh, hell yeah, I would. And I'm going to do one Tuesday.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
This is your first gig since March, right?
Yeah, first gig since fucking March, dude.
Wow.
But yeah, the Paul Stanley thing, it's like if he wasn't so vocal and so in everybody's fucking face on Twitter every day, it wouldn't even matter. But since he's like made such a big deal, it's kind of like, dude, you're such a fucking hypocrite, you know? But
and even worse than that is, I think, you know, if you, like Sonny said, well, he has the right to change his mind. I agree.
True.
If Paul comes out and says now, you know what, guys, I was wrong. We did it safely. There are ways for you to go with your family for Thanksgiving and do this and do that safely. Just be safe and live your lives. Then it's different. He's going to go right back online this week and say, stay home. Don't do this. Don't do that. So that's the problem, I think.
Okay.
What if he totally changes his online persona now, though?
That's not going to happen. He's already went after Kirk Cameron because Kirk Cameron's going to do something where they're singing Christmas carols. He's once again, look, 30 seconds left. I want to make sure that we're clear here. Man, we love Paul Stanley, every one of us. It's just one of those things where it had to be brought up. He's very vocal about how he feels. I believe everybody should wear a mask too. I do, but don't tell me that I got to stay home and not go visit my parents on Thanksgiving, and then you go and do something that you just can't say no to. This is like, I can't say no to my dad. He's 72. I want to spend maybe his last, who knows? I'm not, trying to put my dad in the grave, but anyway, all right. You see what I'm saying? All right. That was 5 minutes. All right. So sorry. Before we go to the topic of the week, I want to read some mail call. I really need that Blues Clues mail thing, man. I don't have it.
Oh, I started making those bumpers into videos, so give me like a week, and I'll probably have those finished for you.
Cool, that would be awesome.
Are you talking? We are looking for Blues Clues. We are looking for Blues Clues. We are really? Wow. All right. Good for you.
Yeah, who doesn't love that, man? Okay. Sorry. So I got some emails. I want to read the first one. It's from Paul Wolford. Hey, Paul, thank you for listening to the show. I totally appreciate it. And this is what it says. And Sonny, I want you to pay attention.
Oh, I'm paying attention.
Joe's book report version of Paul Stanley is my KFAB version of Paul Stanley. That's the way I've always envisioned rock star Paul Stanley. Not bike riding, eating granola, and wearing a mask Paul Stanley. Whatever. So do another book report, Joe. A+. Brother. I don't want reality. If I did, I wouldn't be a KISS fan. Paul is from West Virginia. P.S. The unofficial product name by KISS. I'm guessing that this is for coffee. Remember the coffee? Guatemalan God of Thunder.
Oh, there you go.
Love it. Just want to point out that I got an A+ from one person. Thank you very much.
Who's not a teacher.
Sonny, I give your book report today an A+ too, by the way. Your lovely report on Joey Casada's life. I loved it.
I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to record it professionally and send it to you on email so you can use it whenever you want.
Okay, here's another one. Great episode. Okay, this was about the would Kiss's reunion have been bigger? Okay. Great. This is from Dylan. Himes. Is that going to be Himes? Himes. 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 Okay. Great episode today. Like normal, you were right about KISS reunion tour being bigger if they split in 79. I'd give you reasons, but you already said them all on the podcast. That's because we're the best.
You added that, I'm assuming.
It does. I was just kind of reading that into what he was saying. I'm kidding. I think selling the makeup rights for a lump sum was smart. Like you guys said, there's no guarantee they would make as much money if they didn't. Things could have ended a month later, or they would have been out potentially hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions. I'm not sure if I missed an answer or not, but you didn't seem sure as to when the Spaceman and Catman makeup was sold. I don't know the exact answer, but it was at least early 80s. On the reunion tour. Okay, now listen. This is his reasoning. Okay, don't interrupt me. We're gonna. I already am an A+ student. Okay, you know I was kidding, right? All right.
I'm mad, Joe.
I never want to hurt anybody's feelings. This is why all day long. All right. Todd Goodwin just subscribed to us on YouTube. Thanks, Todd. I used to be in a band with him. Let's see. On the reunion tour, Peter was replaced for a show at some point by a drum tech who wore his makeup. That would have been grounds for Peter to sue. Peter also had a solo album at some point in the 80s where on the cover he only used half the makeup. He said he couldn't use the real Catman design because of legal reasons. I'm pretty sure that refers to KISS having the legal rights to it at the time. Sorry, this is such a long email, but again, you guys had a great show. Yeah, we did. And I'm looking forward to next week. Dylan, thank you. So you guys say no. You guys say, why would he put half the makeup on if he owned it? He could have put the whole thing on. And
he didn't want to. The look of the album was Peter Criss half makeup. He wanted to show the makeup, but he wanted to show his face. You just so you know, you can't use if Peter didn't own that makeup at that time. He couldn't use half the design. It's the same design.
He couldn't use half the design?
No, it's the makeup. What it's the same design on this side as this side, right? That's the design. It's the eye, the whiskers. He couldn't have used that if he didn't own it. I'm almost positive they sold their rights either right before the reunion or during the reunion, something around that area. I don't think they sold it in the 80s at all.
Yeah. I don't know it for sure. I would have to agree with Joey because, like, you can't take half of the Green Lantern, half of Superman, just put it together and you got your own thing. Like, it can't work that way.
Good point.
So,
I love that idea.
But I was thinking after we did the episode, we wouldn't even care if Ace would have sold for $2 million, put his money into Apple stock, and was a billionaire right now. We'd be calling him a genius instead of an idiot. The problem is what he did with the money, not so much how much money he got at the time.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Before we go, I got a quick question for Joey.
Yeah.
Are you rocking a yellow and black attack t-shirt?
Oh yeah,
baby.
Right? There you go.
That rules.
Yeah.
I love that record.
Yeah,
I
it's
do
really
too, man.
great. Okay, one more email from Bill Elam. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
That's our buddy. Hey, guys. He said that the tour would have been bigger. The reunion would have been bigger, but wouldn't have lasted, like Sonny said. Cash grab and go for selling the makeup. Being younger and dumber, I would have took the cash and ran. That was Bill. Okay, so we got about 6 letters. I didn't read them all. Sonny, I said that if anybody wrote in and told us what they thought, they would get to win the Demon cereal. Pick a number between 1 and 6.
6.
Damn, you did pick 6. That's going to be Dylan.
No way. That's weird.
Yeah, that's okay. Dylan, you won the cereal. Send me your email address, podcastrockcity1.
That's the number 1.
at gmail.com. Woo, he said. Okay, so now there is a comment on here. It's very long. I'm not going to put it on the board, and we're going to talk about that because I think it's really important after that whole spiel that I did. So let's go ahead and get to the topic of the week.
Podcast Rock City. Topic of the week.
Yes!
Oh, I forgot one other thing. This is really important. It's going to be news to the guys. I'm really excited to see their reaction here. The other day I posted about this, my girlfriend, Karen, who I've been dating now for 6 years. We're on our way to 7.
On our way to common law marriage. Go ahead.
She bought me this, this Star Wars arcade game that I've always loved since I was a little boy, and everybody was mentioning, hey, she's such a keeper, she's so great, she's so awesome. Joe, when are you gonna put a ring on it? So I'm here to tell you guys, we're still not gonna get married. All right.
Oh, God.
Bogus.
Karen, just so you know, I would treat you better if you gave me a Star Wars machine.
I have a message for her too. Karen, go to the nearest window on the second floor of your house and throw all his shit out of it.
Look, man, let me tell you something. I haven't even got that far as the fact that she would have my stuff at her house. So that's
Joe, you are not helping your case right here. You're already way above your pay grade with her. So
you are damn straight. I love that woman. Okay. So, all right. So the comment that was just, obviously we're going to talk about some things that we're going to change. And I'm already getting some people that are upset with me. I knew you would be, people. I knew you would be. And that's fine. It's not that often that I say anything, that's, I don't know. I'm not really. Okay. So Richard said, I don't really attack.
You said not, Joe, you said nothing in the last minute. You said nothing.
I love that band. Okay. So here's the thing. It says, so Richard, Buffet. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I do not ever want to make anybody mad. Obviously I pissed you off. Who was put at risk, Joe? This was done in a completely safe way. The people, not following rules are like the 2,000 people in France at a rave on New Year's Eve or a bike rally in the US. Okay. What I'm saying is I don't think that they put anybody at risk. What I'm trying to say is that they need to go, hey, if you do this safely, go ahead and do your thing, not just stay home. If I could go over to Sonny's house and I just wear a mask the whole time, then I should be able to watch the Dallas Cowboys lose. Let's see, with him. I'm just kidding. Bob Jordan as a life. Now listen, this one's a little, all right. Let's take it easy now, Bob. As a lifelong KISS fan, I wish fans were more pleased that their band is still around instead of constantly bitching and bashing their every move. Find a handful of rock bands still touring after 47 years, right? Okay.
So listen,
Star Wars is the same way.
Right.
Star Wars.
Exactly right. Listen, we're bitching because we love the band, right? So
right.
For people who think we're bitching and complaining, that's ridiculous. Of course, I thank every day that we still have a KISS and new KISS things to do. And I have a KISS podcast to listen to and come be a part of. And I love KISS more than anything. It's been a part of my life since as long as I can remember. It's not about that. Just because you love something doesn't mean you love it unconditionally. Doesn't mean you love everything they do. You're allowed to critique them. I said a million times I enjoyed the show. I love how many records I listened to KISS every day of my life. I think I've listened to a KISS song. So there's no bigger KISS fan out there. But I'm also going to be critical of sometimes the people behind KISS. Paul Stanley off the stage, sometimes on the stage. Doesn't mean I like KISS any less. I'm grateful that they're still around. But when Paul is preaching to me, how do you know and how does he know that I'm not going to be safe for Thanksgiving if I have my family over? Just so you know, I didn't because I didn't want to risk anything. But he can't preach to me that and then go to Dubai and have a 5 to 1,000 person crew. You can't do it.
Okay, so go ahead, Sonny.
Yeah, I think the issue there is Paul just needs to shut up and be a musician, right? He wants to be politician, Renaissance man, the speaker of all things worthy and holy and blah, blah. Just shut up. If you would have shut up and not said anything, nobody would care that this happened.
Okay, and see,
nobody have an opinion. Okay,
and I want to make sure that everybody knows I'm not even saying that. All I'm saying is walk the walk. That's it. And we're going to drop it. If you say I'll never cheat on my wife, then don't you ever fucking cheat on your wife. If you say I'm a Steelers fan, don't you damn well root for the Cowboys and if ever. And if you say I'm a, whatever, just
Falcons fan, you're just stupid.
Yeah, I'm just stupid.
Listen, end of the day, none of us want anyone preaching to us what we can or shouldn't do, especially an entertainer. Shut up and do KISS. Do what you do best. I don't want to hear your political views. I don't want to hear your mask views. I don't want to hear how to cook beef stroganoff.
Oh, I like that. Well, Paul Stanley's famous thing that's a funny thing about famous people. They think that when they become famous, what? They also become smart. And you guys, we shared that video together, and I don't know, something's changed. But once again, I want him to say what he wants, and I want him to do what he wants. I just don't. I should be able to say, oh, that's not right. All right, new. Okay, Bob Jordan said not saying your bitch. All the KISS groups. Okay, so I'm following you. Bob Jordan's not saying that we're bitching. All right, thank you, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
It is true. So let's talk about that because this is a big deal. It is true that there are still a lot of people bitching, and it says, it's not trying to say you guys are bitching. All the KISS groups on social media crap, the Tommy stuff, Paul's voice, selling stuff, etc. He's right. It's really funny how what he said was true. We all here are grateful that we have KISS, still in our lives. But the truth is that people still bitch, moan, and groan, and me too as well. All right, so let's talk about the show and the opening of the show. Somebody said that was taken, all right, so it wasn't a curtain that dropped. The light board in the back was a curtain that opened, and then there was like the 4 silhouettes of the band members. And somebody on here wrote that they took that from Vegas. Apparently that's something from the Vegas show, which I don't remember seeing because I've only watched that once. I have the record though, so maybe I'll listen. So that, but I didn't get to see that live. And then when I watched it last night, it wasn't in there again. Have you guys tried to watch it again? Is it on there? No.
I haven't either. I mean, I didn't care. Listen, mess ups happen. Do we really need to hear them say, you wanted the best, you got the best, greatest band in the world? I mean, all right, Dubai. We know what they're going to say. Who cares?
Yeah, when it was happening,
they don't do that at all.
When it was happening live, I was like, oh my God, you guys messed up. I was like laughing, going, oh shit, somebody getting fired. And I moved on. Like
in real time, they were being fired.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I love even like all the changes they did to the set list. The I don't mean the songs, I mean the lyrical changes, not spitting the blood. I actually like stuff like that. It makes something a little bit different and unique. KISS, if I have one complaint over them for the last 20 years, they're a little sterile. They do things very perfectly. They do things, nothing off the cuff. Everything is overly thought out and perfect. I want to see some, mistakes. I want to see some things different. I want to see that stuff. I think it's fun to see Gene not do the blood or have a different lyric in God of Thunder or even mess up the beginning. It shows them it's something different in the show that, could have been much bigger and grander as far as mistakes. These little mistakes don't mean anything in the grand scheme of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I miss about KISS is like they used to be this dangerous rock band. Now they're just like predictable old men. You know what I mean? It's kind of sad. But.
Well, let me ask you this. The show though, okay, so first of all, they were pretty tight. It felt like they were tight. Musically and sound-wise, coming through my stereo, it sounded really, really good, I thought. I thought they looked good. Okay, yeah. So Joey,
one of the 4 didn't look as good as maybe he could have looked. Did anyone notice? No, I mean, listen, I'm never going to, talk about someone for gaining weight or something like that. But Eric, to me, obviously he got a little bit heavy. It looks like they, transferred 20 pounds from Gene and put it onto Eric. And because Gene looked super slim, Gene looked great. But that's the stuff. I don't care. I'm just goofing around like stuff like that. I don't care about stuff like that. What bothers me is the lack of enthusiasm I saw from Eric and that T-shirt he was wearing. They have these they're $10,000s and thousands of dollars, these costumes. He's wearing a T-shirt. What was he wearing? Why is this okay? I can't believe I didn't see more complaints about this.
Huh.
Well, don't you think that he was a little bit bored because there wasn't really a crowd there to react to? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's an excuse. Come on. I mean, you're there's not a crowd to react to, but you're probably playing to the biggest audience you've ever played to on a live stream like that. So it's like telling an actor on a set that's performing in front of a camera and only a crew of 10 people, oh, he was just a little flat today because, well, there's not a crowd. You have to perform, whether it's 2 people or 20 million people. So, and Eric was just, phoning it in at times. It just seemed so, and I don't even mean the looks of it. His actual playing, the power. Eric is a power drummer. His playing was very slow, weak, and I don't mean stamina-wise. I know Chris brought up stamina last night, but I'm talking even the beginning of the set. He just looked like he was very blasé the whole night.
Yeah,
maybe he was jet lagged.
I don't know about that. I don't believe in that jet lag stuff anyway.
Well, you're in the air more than you are on the ground, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Here's my thing with Eric. It's been a while since we've seen the excitement in him. And I was thinking about it's very similar to when I go to a party with my wife, but I didn't really want to go. So I just kind of go, right? And I'm a completely different person when I go to a party I really want to go to and drag her along, right? I think that's the difference is, click track, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he could still show some passion and blah, but he doesn't really have the freedom that he had in the 90s when he was playing with Alice Cooper and Lita Ford and even with KISS. He doesn't have that freedom anymore. He has to play within a framework. And I think just knowing he has to play within a framework makes it a job instead of something fun.
Yeah, but you can play to a click and still kind of get your rocks off. Right, Joey?
But you got to want to.
I think those are absolutely 2 perfect points. Yes, I said it last night too. I played to a click a million times. It's not easy, and it's not the most fun thing to do. I would much rather not perform with the click because I have a little bit of a freedom that you don't have with the click. But Eric is obviously an amazing drummer. He can play with the click and still show energy, still do some improv, and I don't mean physically his playing as far as parts. I know that's stifled just because they want him to be, more simple in his playing. I'm talking about his actual energy, his facial expressions, he's hitting cymbals like this rather than, really attacking his drums. There's, you put on Eric Singer from Paul's solo tour and this Eric Singer, they're not the same person. And I understand I don't mean the drumming. I mean the actual physical, energy and enthusiasm. And I get that was that was 30 years ago. I get it. But as well as I do, if Eric goes out with another band and he's excited about it, Eric can still put on a monster show. That's what bothers me. If Eric just lost it, I wouldn't even be complaining.
Now, so somebody brought up something right here. It's do you think that if they would have changed the set list up a little bit,
but that shouldn't matter. That's the problem. That's the stuff that shouldn't matter. Again, I'll bring it up all the time. I've played the same songs. I did my Broadway show. We did 600 straight performances of the same show, exact same show, click track on my chart every night. And I performed like it was my first time every night. You have to do that. It shouldn't matter that the set list is boring you. That's your job. That's what you do. Gene didn't look bored. Gene was singing. How many times did Gene sing God of Thunder? I thought Gene was a monster, I thought the other night. I thought Gene was and he was doing that all over the place. Gene was great. Gene is Gene. Is he slower? Is he older? Of course he is. But Gene is Gene.
Okay. So now we'll let the Catman relax a little bit. Oh, I said that out loud. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't start another argument.
I don't need any more fights. Okay. So Sonny, I've heard enough from you actually. Jody, let me ask you.
Yes, end it there again. Perfect.
Jody, okay, so you only watched some of it. Did you get up as far as Gene's spitting blood?
No, I didn't get to see that part, but I've heard about it. So he didn't do the blood.
Okay, so
did he still do the convulsions?
Yes.
Did he fly?
No. Well, yes, but it's the rising riser.
Oh,
you
okay,
know,
yeah.
not necessarily flying, but like he's on like a UFO. So my question last night was, you think they should have just dropped that? Like on the cruise, we don't do the spitting blood, and by we I mean them. So do you think that they should have just said, all right, fuck it, drop it, and let's just add another song?
Probably, or he should maybe like do an actual solo, like rip it up, like he can, and no one ever gets to see that,
Okay, that was one of my ideas last night, man. Him and Eric could have done something just like Animalized.
Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome.
And that would have been cool. Sonny, what do you think? Drop the blood, fake blood, no blood thing, or just do what you do?
You got to do what you do normally. He's still the demon. You guys keep forgetting he's got to play a character.
Yeah.
And the character doesn't boppity boopity bop with Eric Singer for 10 minutes. Like that's not what the demon does.
Right.
The demon needs to be dark, needs to scare you, needs to make 9-year-old kids go, "Oh, I'm scared."
Right.
And playing Hendrix tunes for 2 seconds and then going to a Beatles tune for 2 seconds. Like that's not what the demon does.
Right. Yeah.
Jody,
that's a big part of the show. It's like a showpiece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
kind of weird without the blood,
watch
though.
it back, Jody. I would love to hear your thoughts. Watch it back. It's really, I almost didn't. Listen, I love the blood. I almost didn't miss it. Gene was just as creepy as ever, I thought.
Yeah,
I thought,
can see it
and then
being
even the God of Thunder with the lightning in the background, I thought it was a fun piece. And again, I kind of liked that it was different that he didn't do the blood.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
But don't you think it's kind of like a porn? Okay, so you got the guy and the girl, and they're together and together and together and together. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. Commercial break. Nothing. You don't get the end. No
Just
money.
shooting blanks, you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like you didn't get the everything that comes, no pun intended, at the end of the vomiting, the blood. That's what scared the kids, not the. And that's on. I just did that.
That's a porno move, though, right? Like,
You just mixed both of Joe's arguments together. Perfect.
yeah.
Yep.
It's like Ace doing the Les Paul that doesn't have smoke, right?
Yeah. Imagine if
Kind
they
of
said
a little bit different.
Fire.
But Gene does look creepy before he does the blood, and that is part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I guess they did shorten it a little bit too.
What if he just like vomited, like not blood, just straight puked on the stage? Would that be okay in Dubai? I don't know.
I don't know. A lot of curry.
Yeah.
You know what was weird? He wasn't allowed to do the blood, but all the screens were showing the
blood on his face.
Right, the picture of the video of him with the blood. That's what was weird.
I figured that was okay because of animation, because that's considered animation.
Okay,
that's what I figured.
Maybe you're right. Maybe right.
Maybe right. Okay, so as far as them changing the lyrics, I think Sonny is dead on with what he said. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, and they have their rules in Dubai, and that's what KISS went by, and I get that. I get that.
I think it could have been a stage rap. I think Paul, right after the first stage rap at some point says, "All right, people, we're going to have some changes tonight because when you visit somebody else's house, you follow their rules. Hit it, right? And go."
That doesn't sound very KISS.
So what?
You needed something about a doctor's office in there mixed in somehow.
Yeah, that nurse had the. Okay, so here, how about this though? So Sonny and I, we were going back and forth during the show, right? And at one point, he did say "bitch," didn't he?
I don't think so.
He said "bitch"
in 100,000 years, right?
100,000 years.
I don't think he ever said it.
At the end, he did. I promise, because we were all sitting there going, "Whoa."
Oh, I didn't hear that.
And it was right after you sent a thing to me saying, now, cursing in public can get you in a lot of trouble, especially the F word, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got all kinds of weird rules there.
Yeah, Dubai rules.
Yeah.
It's like in the United States, there's some places you can't walk down the street with a ice cream cone in your back pocket. So that's a real law. I know you guys know that. So do you think that there's a chance that Paul got in trouble?
Well, they didn't delay him. I saw him arrive at LAX on some TMZ show, but so I don't think they delayed him or anything. They probably, if he did say it, they probably didn't even catch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sonny,
so
that was in 100,000 years. What did he say the other times? I didn't see that.
Trip.
What's been a trip while he was gone or whatever?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And okay, so I want to make sure everybody understands that I know that right now we're just talking about the show and what we would have changed, or what we're all very glad to have our favorite band still around. We keep saying this, but it's just like anything else. It's like Sonny's gonna, he wishes that he had the right quarterback in the game today, and it just didn't happen. He's got a broken ankle at home, and anyway, so we this is just part of being, don't take it personal. And if Paul Stanley's listening, I'm just kidding. He doesn't give a shit about.
Listen, we're not apologizing. We're talking truth. We're not gonna kiss ass, no pun intended, of course, to something we don't like. If we don't like something, we're gonna say it. Overall, I love the show. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it. I'm going to critique anything that I watch. I love Star Wars beyond belief. I hated Last Jedi. I hated it. So, I'm going to critique things that I don't like. What's the difference? The Giants played like shit today. I love them. They beat the Cowboys because they were worse, but I'm going to critique the things that I don't like. What's the big deal?
Yeah. Don't bother me.
Steve Gill had a point. He said Paul seemed to not be as mobile as usual. Is he hurt or just age? I noticed that too, especially when he was doing like his Love Gun dance. And then I mentioned earlier how I saw him arrive at LAX like on some TMZ, footage on YouTube or something. And while he was walking away, he looked like he was limping to me. I wonder if he's having hip problems again or knee problems or something's going on. I guarantee we hear in the next few months that he's going to have a surgery.
Yeah, there's something going on there, because even live when I'm watching the Deuce dance,
yeah,
he wasn't really moving. He was basically just kind of swaying. I'm like, holy cow, he mailed it in during the Deuce dance? Like, what's going on?
He's hurting, I think.
Yeah, it's all that bike riding, dude. It's hard on your knees.
No, that's probably true.
Richard just said the same thing. Paul is exhausted from all his cycling.
So two things happened during the documentary I got to tell you about. So, like you guys know, my wife's not a huge KISS fan, but she wanted to watch the live stream with me, right? There's a part in the live stream where Eric Singer said he was a prisoner. He doesn't want to say he's a prisoner, but he was a prisoner in the hotel room. And Nicole's like, really? You're in Dubai, dude. Like, you're not in prison, whatever. And then she goes, oh my God, look at that. Paul looks outstanding. He's in great shape. I said, babe, that's Tommy Thayer.
Oh, whoa. Hold on.
That is awesome. Paul's still in great shape, too. If Paul walked in this room right now, he could kick my ass, I think. I just have to fall on him.
They're all, three of the four, they are in great shape. Gene looked... Gene was the one that I noticed the most. He looked, not so much in the makeup because you can't tell with the armor, but the stuff like in the documentary, he looked great. Even Doc, even though Doc looked a little older, of course, Doc looked slim and trim too.
Gene looked skinnier, especially in the face and like neck. Yeah. And he seemed like that all of a sudden the age spots showed up. Like I don't remember him having that
on one side of his face, I noticed that too. Yeah.
He's getting older. It's okay.
And his hair looked pretty good. For Gene, his hair looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sonny, do you have anything that you would have changed? I don't know why I asked. Sonny, what do you have that you would have changed?
All right, so there's two things that Jericho said yesterday that I thought were dead on. One was the live stream did need a countdown. Right? Like, I need to know the documentary's 63 minutes or whatever the hell it was. It felt like 3 hours. Right? But come on, you got to tell me. Like, I don't know. And then by the time that I kind of give up and decide to go do something, all of a sudden, boom, we're in the middle of Detroit Rock City. Like, it's kind of weird the whole thing. So that was a little weird.
Wait, you didn't know what time it was supposed to start?
No clue when they were supposed to get on stage.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't
Well,
know.
there was no advertisement that there was even going to be a documentary either,
That's
right?
That's right. Also, Jericho was dead on what Dickinson and Sweet does. And that is Michael and Bruce have figured out, just like Chris said last night, that there's 4 or 5 spots where they got to hit the note. And I'm the asshole who's sitting right in front of Michael Sweet going, you better hit that note at the end of Hell of the Devil or don't even try. I will call you a pussy for not trying, but don't give me a half-hit note, right? And then hit it later when you guys do something else, right? But both Bruce and Michael have figured that out. Paul just has not figured it out. And there's times he did it well, and there's times he didn't do it well. And so I wasn't in love with that. The 2 things I would change, the Guinness Book thing was completely idiotic. Take that guy off the stage. Don't bring him on the stage. I'd much rather hear another 2 minutes of Paul rapping about something. Right? Like, even if it's mass, I don't care. I don't care about stupid flame throwing, blah, 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 and telling me about records that we don't know if they broke yet.
Right.
Like I also don't know 30 other records that didn't break.
I just had this visual of him talking, and all of a sudden you hear Eric come running in his boots, and then drop kick him.
So that guy was dumb. And then there's a human condition thing that I saw, and it drives me nuts about people. And Paul did it too. Okay, you did not have to tell us that you added in Strutter. You did not have to tell us you have time and you're going to add in Strutter. The only reason you tell us then is because you're worried it's not going to come off great and you need an excuse. And you're putting the excuse out there before you even do it. So we're looking for the mistakes you're going to make. That was dumb. Just either do it or don't do it. We don't know it's not in the set. You didn't have to tell us that.
Sonny perfectly said. I've said it. I've played with a lot of singers through the years. Nothing drives me more crazy when a singer I'm playing with is on stage and goes, "Listen, guys, just want to let you know I have a cold tonight. So if I'm not, shut up. Nobody. Number one, nobody cares, and no one will know if you have a cold. Now they're looking for it. Now they're going to look at everything you're not doing right. It's the worst thing to do.
So I'll tell you this. I played a show on my birthday at this very popular club here in Atlanta called the Masquerade. Okay. And the Masquerade was like a 3-story building. It was heaven, hell, and then the middle was purgatory. And we were playing on my birthday. And at midnight, I was on stage. And of course, the guys in my band started feeding me beers. And by feeding me, I mean, it was like 2. Okay. So, I was married to Jace's mom at the time, and I remember I drank a beer, and then I drank a half a beer, and you guys know I don't drink at all. And I walked up there to do this rap thing, and I threw out, a hip, a hop, a hibbit, a hip, right? Now here's the thing, I forgot the words after about 6 seconds. And the only person that I saw hand plant was my wife. So nobody notices these kind of things. They were just, off the cuff here. Did you guys happen to see the video that I posted today on our Facebook page, our group page, guys? Podcast Rock City group page is where we hang out a lot. If you go on there, you can see I battled a professional wrestler in a guitar duel. At a wrestling event. So if you guys get a chance to go and check it out, I had to get in the ring afterwards and everything. I just found it this morning at like 4 a.m. because I was up. Anyway, all right. So check that out because it's super funny. The guy I think now is in Ohio Valley, I think. So anyway, all right. So check that out. Also, don't forget that you can write us podcast rockcity1, that's the number 1 at gmail.com. Sonny, did you have anything else? We want to hear you guys out there. We want to hear anything you would have changed. Sonny, what else you got?
That was really it. I mean, I was happy with the live stream. I'll never watch it again. I've seen it one time. I thought it was great. I think it's really funny with Jericho, the person who he is and the personality he is, that he's just a KISS fan. It totally comes out. He's such a KISS nerd. It totally comes out in him.
He
I'm not
texted
sure.
me right after we went off last night, he texted me that he was watching Kiss Animalize again.
Yeah. I don't think it was the best show ever because I'm with Jody. You got to be there. Like, there's just nothing on. Even Kiss Animalize Uncensored. It's cool, and I watch it a lot. But man, if I was there, I'd remember that the rest of my life. Like, I watch it because I wish I was there. That's why I watch it. Otherwise, I want to see this stuff live. I don't know. The videos may. But yeah.
So Jody, and the stuff that you saw was obviously, you're I got to be there to really enjoy a concert.
It's like all these live streams. I haven't seen one that I really like dug that much because it's just not the same. You don't get the energy. But the thing that I didn't like about it the most, I cannot stand Paul's like screams that he does now. He's like, wow, that's fucking terrible. I don't know why he does that. It's in he did it in almost every song that I saw, and it was fucking brutal, dude.
And some people. Well, somebody last night commented and thought and said this, and I'm going to bring this up to you. Do you think that it's just second nature for him, and he doesn't really think about it? He just does it.
I don't know. He didn't do that back in the day. You know what I mean? And it wasn't some horse kind of. I don't know. This was like somebody's beating somebody's grandmother or something. I don't know what that sound is, but it's not good, and he should just leave that alone.
Joey was doing it good last night. Do the grandma thing.
Well, I think in Shredder he goes, when she walks you past you, it's like, oh my God. And it's a shame because I really think overall Paul sounded great. I thought Paul pulled a lot of the stuff off that, normally he hasn't been doing. But unfortunately, when he adds a couple of those in, in 100,000 Years when they're doing that breakdown at the end, it ruins all the good stuff because people tend to remember the few bad mistakes or the bad notes you hit. So if he could just learn to eliminate that stuff and just sing the stuff that he does well, I think we're getting on track again to hearing a better Paul.
So here's a comment. Gene was shaking his head at Paul trying to hit those notes at the end of Lick It Up. I have not seen that, but I'm going to go and check it out and see if that is true.
There's some brutal ones in Heaven's on Fire, dude. That's the one that really stood out to me. Like, what it should be doing, like the breathing part. He's just like, it's fucking terrifying.
Well, even in the beginning, I was so happy. We talked about it last night. They kicked right into it, and Paul didn't do the opening because he can't do it. And then so he did it somewhere in the middle of it. He tried it, and it was like, brutal. No.
Yeah, that shit's got to go. Someone needs to just get in his ear and be like, dude, you got to leave that alone, dude.
You don't have to do that.
He did sound a lot better than he has lately, You think it's because he just hasn't been singing or what?
He had a rest, just like,
But he's been doing Soul Station.
And I think, there are, just like any singer, there are certain songs that he's going to do well and certain songs that he's just not going to do well. It's just the nature of the song, the key, the notes that he's hitting, the phrasing of the words. One word is much harder to sing in a certain key than another word. So he's just got to figure out these work and these don't.
Totally.
Joey and Jody, I'll ask all three of you since all three of you play an instrument. Do you think him being a musician, like I'm sure they tuned down a half step or whatever, but him being a musician, actually having written these riffs, that he doesn't want them to sound that much different? And sometimes when you start changing the keys, they start changing different. So he'd rather just muscle through the vocal versus changing kind of like the feel of the music. But if he was just a singer and he wasn't the musician, he wouldn't give two shits.
Yeah. Well, first of all, they're down like a step and a half, dude. And they're way down.
Yeah.
But I don't like the way it sounds that low. It just doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that, Sonny, because like Jody said, they're already all the way tuned down. It's not even the tuning down because, some of the songs that are tuned down sound fine, but it's when he tries to do those improv screams that he used to do in the 80s. That's the stuff that he can't do anymore. It's not so much the melodies. Most of the melodies are pretty good, give or take a couple things here and there, but it's the in-between stuff. It's even the raps when he's screaming people, all of that stuff is really where he's hurting.
Very hoarse.
Hear it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a couple of these comments, and then we got something special. We got something special for you tonight. You're welcome for that. Somebody, and I'm sorry because I can only see. It's very strange. I can see everybody's name that's writing on YouTube, and about 1 or 2 names for Facebook. So I'm sorry that on the video here it doesn't say your name. It says go around and is there one song you would have added? I've seen Kiss play Tomorrow and Tonight live. I think that's a good song. They could actually drop Shout It Out Loud and throw Tomorrow and Tonight in. I would be very happy with that. Or even Is That You? Or yeah, so that'd be a couple of my choices. Jody?
I'd like to hear them do an electric version of Coming Home. They always do the acoustic gig, but it'd be great to see it electric.
Yeah.
I never have.
Sonny?
I'm a truther. Gotta open every show with I Stole Your Love. Period. End of story. I Stole Your Love is more iconic than fucking Say Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
True.
Well, you're going to get hate mail for that one.
Whatever.
It's from Chris Jericho. Joey.
I still think, again, I know it's off Sonny's favorite record, but I think I will work so good in the set list. It's such a great song. Gene and Paul trading vocals. And it's, it's the one era that kind of isn't ever represented. If you throw that in there, that song could have easily been on, Love Gun or Lick It Up or any Creatures, anything. Just because it's on the Elder, it gets shit on more than it deserves, I think.
Yeah, and plus it would be like a big crowd participation part where we like to do the snaps,
I mean, I know it's harder to implement it now, but if they were doing this throughout the years, I think it would be a standard right now. I really do.
Yeah, it has that Kiss message.
Yeah.
Sure.
Somebody said, did you notice the phasing issue between Paul and his vocal track in I Was Made for Loving You? Now, Sonny and I went back and forth on this. I thought he was using a vocal track in I Was Made for Loving You. Sonny says, no way.
Yeah, I don't think he was using. I'm sure he was getting help of some sort. But what I believe a vocal track to be is that there is a full lead vocal being sung, and you're kind of singing on top of it. I just don't believe that was happening. But that's me. Maybe that's what I want to believe.
That's not necessarily true. I think that's what you're saying, Sonny. That's a very rare thing that ever happens. I think only, pop singers, the Britney Spears of the world who are doing like music award shows and stuff like that ever do what you're talking about, meaning full vocal tracks. I think most guys, Paul and a lot of these other rock singers today, they have spots that are in the vocal track, whether it's the choruses, whether it's the 1 or 2 notes that they know they're going to have trouble with. They're in there, and then that's the part that comes on. I think it's almost impossible to think Paul has ever played with a full vocal track.
Okay. All right. So, look, as far as grading the show, I'm going to go ahead and give it a B. What would you say, Joey?
Yeah, I would give it a B minus, C plus, somewhere around there. I enjoyed it. I liked it better than I thought I would. Paul was better than I thought he would sound, but just overall, I thought, because of Eric, I thought it was a little flat. But I'll give it a B minus.
Yeah, Sonny.
I actually give it an A plus, and the reason for that is there isn't anybody else that could do it. And if you got a student in the class that's writing something nobody else can write, they get an A plus.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I got an A plus today, Sonny.
That was not from a teacher.
Jody, we know you only watched about half of it, but what do you think?
I would say it's like a C, just average, man. I mean, it's just weird to watch Kiss in an environment like that. Even like a show from the last tour, I can't watch them. I just can't do it. It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of boring if you're not there, I think. They don't really move around. Like, they're old men, you know what I mean? And you can't fault them for that. But I'm just saying, for me, I can't really watch it. Like, if they ever put out, like, Kiss 3-4 or whatever, I don't think I'll enjoy that much of it because it's all the same and they don't really do anything anymore,
Right.
I like where Gene would do like the frog hops and just like you never knew what was going to happen. The ace might fall down. Who knows?
Yeah.
Now it's just like I was watching Gene and this is what he was doing. That was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I will agree with, just quickly, I will agree with Sonny. Sonny, I do like your point. I love that they're doing something. And, I've been bitching and complaining that they should be putting out more footage and blah, blah, blah. This is going to be a cool, DVD release that's going to have behind the scenes and maybe different camera angles. I'm going to watch this again. I love that they did it. So, I do change. Maybe I change mine to an A.
I'll definitely watch it if it comes on DVD, especially with bonus features. I always dig on those. But, maybe I'll give it a B.
Think about if you've never seen KISS before and that was the first time you ever saw KISS. You'd give it an A.
Maybe.
It would be the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, you're right. I watched it with my kids, and they couldn't believe the fire and the flames and stuff like that. They were enjoying it.
Here's our last question: is it back to business with the end of the road tour, or do they start to transition to the residency or other things now? I think they're going to finish the tour. They just got to wait for the all clear.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think they'll finish the tour. They don't want to give that money back.
Yeah, I think they'll finish the tour. I do think a residency has a shot to happen before the tour, though. And I'm just telling you because it's honestly, when they try to figure out how to do this thing safe, it's going to be safer to go to the same place every day. And if they can ramp up a residency for 2 weeks before they go hit end of the road, they'll go do that.
And then, so Grayson, he put something up here that says, will the vocal be fixed for the DVD? You bet your ass it will.
I would. I'd fix it. It's got to live forever.
Yeah.
I'd fix it.
I don't mind that at all. Okay. So that's not the end of the show, man. We got something super special today, something that we haven't done in a long time. And that is going to be Jody Havnot's infamous Sweet 16. I don't have an intro, so I just kind of
I couldn't get it done this week.
That's okay. That's all right. So you sent us a thing on our group chat, and you said, "Dude, I got a good one. You're gonna love it." So I'm excited. So if you guys don't understand what the Sweet 16 is, basically Jody is going to rattle off 2 things, and then the other 3 of us have to pick the better one, and it moves forward just like the Sweet 16 in the NCAA all the way down to the Final Four. I don't watch basketball. Okay, so
so it's been a long time since we did it on this show, so it's might be fun. Yeah. So this one is the Sweet 16 of KISS filler tracks.
Ooh.
So my estimation of filler tracks from the records,
all of the Elder. All of Carnival.
Yeah.
Suck it, Pooney.
It's funny because usually it's Pooney's the one reading these things these days. So it'll be cool. He'll get to play for once.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it'll be good. So I guess we'll just start it off, dude. The first matchup is, obviously I stuck these in the randomizer, but the first matchup is All the Way versus X-Ray Eyes.
Ooh. I'll go first. I'm going to go with X-Ray Eyes.
Okay. Joey, what you got?
Whew. These are always hard for me because I love again, I'm an uber KISS fan. I love everything, but I'm going to go All the Way. They did that on the Rock the Nation tour. I lost my mind.
Oh, yeah. Sonny?
It's not even close for me. X-Ray Eyes the whole way. The minute you said the 2 songs, X-Ray Eyes, the entire song popped into my head. All the Way, I couldn't remember half the song.
Oh, Sonny.
Pooney's going to say anything the opposite of what I say. Just to make me lose.
No, I promise I won't do that.
Well, we'll make him go first.
Okay.
Next matchup, you have Great Expectations, a lovely little song about clutching breasts.
It's whatever you say second. There's my vote.
Yeah. The other one is Good Girl Gone Bad.
There you go. Good Girl Gone Bad, baby. The whole way.
Same for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I agree with Pooney too. Good girl.
It's an underrated Gene song for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Next matchup, What Makes the World Go Round versus On the Eighth Day.
Oh.
Both awesome.
I pick What Makes the World Go Round.
I would too.
Yeah, I'm going to go with What Makes the World Go Round. One of my favorite tracks on MS. Great track. But I also love On the Eighth Day. But I got to go What Makes the World Go Round.
Do you guys think that What Makes the World Go Round would have been a hit for Hall & Oates?
Yeah, what a great song.
Fuck yeah.
That would have been a clean sweep.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Kissin' Time. Oh, the battle of the covers, man. Kissin' Time or Then She Kissed Me.
Ooh. Oh.
I'm going to go Then She Kissed Me. I know it gets crapped on all the time. You know, before I was in the Kiss community and I heard people crapping on it so much, I remember as a kid always enjoying that song.
Yeah, it rules, dude. It's just like the Beach Boys version. It's
yeah.
killer.
I'm going with Kissin' Time because even the original Then He Kissed Me is terrible. So I'm going with Kissin' Time.
Sonny, you're out of control.
You're out of control. I'm going with Then She Kissed Me because
Joe.
Whenever I listen to the record and that song comes on, at the end I always go, it's really funny how I really seem to like that.
That's interesting. I just go to the first song on Dynasty.
All right.
A lot of people are voting Then She Kissed Me. Look at this. I'm surprised.
The song is great, dude. It was great. There's so many great versions of it, and the Kiss one is one of the best. I like the Hard-Ons one the most, though. Next up, we have See You in Your Dreams or Get All You Could Take.
For me, not even close. Oh, I'm sorry, Sonny. Go.
No, go ahead, Joey. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Get All You Can Take. Not even close. Love that song.
Sonny.
Oh, yeah.
Not even close. Get All You Can Take the whole way.
Same for me.
Talk about underrated track.
Hell yeah, that should have been like one of the hits off that record.
That's right.
Okay, so how about Rockin' in the USA versus Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell?
Damn, I like both of those songs, but Rockin' in the USA is what I'll pick.
Sonny?
Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell is where I'm going.
Wrong.
Rockin' in the USA is like pussified. I don't like that.
Yeah, me too. Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell. I've been really getting into the Gene 80s, / 90s stuff lately. I think it's an underrated song too.
Yeah, it's great. There's a great version of it on the box, Gene's Vault too. How about Ladies in Waiting versus Any Way You Slice It?
Ooh. I'll go first. I think Ladies in Waiting. Again, I think a lot of the stuff on Dress to Kill gets forgotten, and that's one of them. That and Two Timer, killer song.
Totally.
I gotta go Any Way You Slice It. If it was Two Timer, I would have went Two Timer. But since it's Ladies in Waiting, I'm gonna go with Any Way You Slice It.
And I am too. You can't deny it. Next one.
Next one is Mr. Blackwell versus Keep Me Coming.
Ooh, Jesus.
I'd say Blackwell if I was in the game.
I just listened to Blackwell this morning, so I'm gonna, just because it's so fresh in my brain, I'm gonna go Mr. Blackwell. I always like that song.
It's a killer one.
Yep.
Even if it was fresh in my brain, I'd vote the other way.
You don't like that guitar solo, Sonny? He's smoking on that shit.
The song is named "Keep Me Coming." How can you vote for anything else?
Oh, I just realized what that's saying. I'm sorry. I thought.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go with Blackwell.
Yeah,
nice.
You're not well, Mr. Blackwell. You want to know? I looked up years later. Did you know that there was a Mr. Blackwell that was like a fashion, like police or something like that, and they called him Mr. Blackwell. And I remember going, I wonder if that was who they wrote about, but I guess that's no.
You know what else is Keep Me Coming was in a movie with Ginger and Amber. Oh wait, forget about it.
And man, you're putting some old names, dude. Ginger, for Christ's sake, Sonny. Watching like senior porn.
Yeah, that's like
Ginger Lynn. She's got to be like 70.
Yeah,
she was hot though in the 80s, man. I'll give you that. Okay. Bush and all. But yeah.
See, Joey, I only got to get them one step. They take it to step 4 and 5. I don't got to go there.
You're right.
All right, so round 2, man. We have X-Ray Eyes or Good Girl Gone Bad.
I'll go X-Ray Eyes.
Okay.
I'll go Good Girl Gone Bad.
Not even close for me. Good Girl Gone Bad.
Ooh, nice. All right. So, What Makes the World Go Round, or Then She Kissed Me?
Just move the other one over.
Yeah.
What Makes the World? Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Get All You Could Take, or Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell?
That one's easy for me. Get All You Can Take the whole way.
I like Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell.
I got
That's called Earth.
Yeah, get All You Can Take. Some of the Paul stuff on Animalize is so underrated. Love it.
Wasn't that like the first song that printed like a swear word in it, like in the lyrics?
It being the first Kiss album I really listened to, I was like, oh! And I was 14 years old. So I was like, oh, yeah.
That and Burn Bitch Burn. It's like made for teenagers.
They couldn't play those in Dubai.
No, definitely not. How about Any Way You Slice It, or Blackwell?
Mr. Blackwell, baby.
No way. Any way you slice it.
Joe,
Don't do it, Joe. Joe, you can't do it.
Joe, we got to have an Elder song win this just to kill Sonny.
No.
I don't want to do that on purpose. But this is tough for me. Ace's solo is just so unusual for Ace, and
He's channeling like that Strange Ways solo.
Yeah, man, it's like he just. I'm just gonna go with Blackwell.
Yeah. All right, so we have Good Girl Gone Bad, or What Makes the World Go Round?
Damn.
What Makes the World?
Yeah, same for me.
Clean sweep there.
Yeah, that's a totally underrated song. Get All You Can Take, or Blackwell?
It's not even close. I'll vote first. Get All You Can Take has to win that. That is by far the better song out of it.
Who's playing that song?
What song?
He's trying to sway you.
Joe.
This sounds just to creep me out when I was a kid. I loved it.
Okay, so what? Okay, so now I've lost. What are we? What is the? What are the songs? Blackwell and what?
Get All You Can
Get All
Take.
You Can Take.
You go, Joe.
I'm gonna go with Blackwell.
Oh my!
And I'm really not just doing this for Sonny. It's a great song. I mean, Get All You Can Take is great too. I'm gonna go, Mr. Blackwell.
Oh,
that's nice. All right, then it comes down to What Makes the World Go Round, or Mr. Blackwell.
Now you see, now we're at a thing where I can say, What Makes the World Go Round is my choice in these two songs.
And it's not going to matter what Joey thinks because it's going to win because that's what I vote.
No, I would go What Makes the World Go Round. I'm not just trying to kill Sonny, which I would love to see him just keel over live. But I mean, What Makes the World is such a great song. And people don't really. It's probably really, if anything, maybe their most disco song. Everyone always talks about "I Was Made for Loving You." Put on that song.
Yeah, it's also the most like old school Kiss during the verses. You know what I mean? It has the where they put the sixth in there, like Chuck Berry. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. That song fucking rules, and it's totally underrated. I'm glad you guys made it win.
Jody have not throwing in theory for you guys out there. Way to go.
We know what I'm talking about. It's in all the old Kiss songs. And then somehow they moved away from that.
I mean, Unmasked in general. Oh my God, what a great record. Underrated, great record. And, I've said it a million times. That's why I love Kiss so much. As much as I love Rock and Roll Over and Love Gun, probably my favorite two records without the live stuff, I want to hear different stuff. I want to hear Unmasked sometimes. I want to hear Crazy Nights sometimes. I want to hear Carnival sometimes. That's what makes Kiss so much fun for me.
Yeah, with Animalize, I realized this probably a few years ago. There was the look. There was the, who doesn't want girls all around them when you're a teenager. I don't know about jumping through the hoop of fire. I probably couldn't have done that. I am a sucker for the call and answer Paul choruses, right? Like the backup singing one thing, but he's singing something else. I absolutely love that. And it was Paul that really introduced me to it. And then I would hear it in other music. I started loving other music too, but I'm a sucker for that.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I get it. All right. So, that's the end of the show. Thank you guys very, very much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Don't forget, we are going to, if you're on our group page, it's already there. You could go and you could watch the interview or the show that we did, Joey and I, with Chris Jericho last night, or you could, you're listening on iTunes. It will be at the end of this show. Yes, everybody's
wrong way, Tony.
It reads better that way.
You
Just like Chris said, it reads better this way.
Everybody's got Joey's
rival.
Yeah, dude, this is funny.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to mail it to him. But yeah, I caught 2 of them the last time I saw Striper.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jody, do you have anything to add?
Nope, just read your good book and listen to KISS, and thanks for listening.
Absolutely. Sonny.
I love Joey Quesada. He's wonderful.
That's wow. Joey?
I'm really rooting for the goddamn Eagles tonight. I never thought I would say that, but please, come on, Eagles. I know there's no chance that they can win this game. They have everyone on like the COVID list, I think, but let's go Eagles.
Yeah, the other team doesn't have a name. Okay, so I love doing this show. I really appreciate you guys. You know, I've done it 2 days in a row now, and I'm just going, man, we should do something tomorrow. I know we can't, but it's just so much fun to hang out with your friends and talk KISS, and that's really why we do it in the first place. Don't forget that you can check it, man. I know I mess around about all the other, you know, KISS podcasts and everything at the end of the show. Don't forget there's tons of podcasts out there. Go check them out. If you have time, you know, we're an hour and a half today plus a couple hours yesterday. That can't take up your whole week. Listen to everybody's opinion and listen to everybody's shows, because when they see that you're listening, it makes them excited, just like it makes us excited to do another show. It's not only are we doing it for us, then we hear you guys out there or see that you guys are listening or watching. It's like, man, this is so cool. Let's put out more content. And right now, let's be fair. There's not shit out there anymore. I just watched that damn blasphemous Wonder Woman movie, and the only thing good about it is Gal Gadot. I could look at her all day long, but
Yellowstone. Yellowstone, I'm telling you.
Well, I don't know what that is.
It's a series. Their 3rd season. There's 3 seasons out. Kevin Costner, I'm telling you, Yellowstone.
Okay, yeah, awesome. You have mentioned that. I will check that out, I promise. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys for listening. We love you. We love you. And you know what I'm going to say? We love podcasts, and we love KISS podcasts. Most of them anyway. And you're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love right after this in 3, 2, 1. Peace.